Good afternoon. This is V with Art of Wigs. Yes, I changed my channel name again. Anyway, I'm coming to you today with another new release from Estetica. I actually have her in two colors to show you, and it is on my head. This is Ember, a great little pixie, in the color Sea Kiss Root 4. So I had to think there for a minute. It's not the Caramel Kiss, because the Caramel Kiss one does not have the root. So this one appears a little darker. But I would like to thank, number one, Estetica Designs for sending this one in this color to me for review. And I would like to also thank Frannies Hair for sending me a second color in Chrome RT1B so I can do a color comparison. Because basically what we have going on with these two wigs are we have essentially a warm one that I have on, and I have a cool one. So it's interesting to find out, do these warm ones, if you're used to wearing cool, how can you handle that from making it your own kind of way? This is probably a color I would never have chosen. Grace from Estetica has sent me Caramel Kiss before, which I was okay with. It was a little lighter than this one, I think, because this has the R for root, which is kind of run all the way through it, so that darkens it down. But I think it actually makes the highlights almost a little lighter in tone. Maybe not quite as warm as Caramel Kiss, at least to my eye. And all of our eyes see color differently. So this is also from the new So Soft Swiss Lace Fronts collection. And they have a write-up about it on Estetica.com where they describe why it's a different kind of lace. Basically, the lace is not sewn, made in like a cross type pattern in the lace. It's done in like little squares, and it does feel incredibly soft. I'm going to get right to that and show you this front. This will have some dark knots because it's got a really dark root and there's no highlights at that edge. However, I'm going in, and I think those little hairs sticking out, oops, are part of the wig. My widow's peak is right there. But otherwise, I'm having difficulty even seeing the lace. I don't feel it. It's incredibly soft. I love it. I don't know I have a lace front on, and that is amazing to me. So I think it is great as far as the lace goes. Well done. This is a very cute, short, obviously pixie that is asymmetrical, as you can see right here. This is, I did say the name right, Ember. Having one of those senior moments again. And it has a full monofilament top and a lace part. I'm going to take it off and show it to you so that you can also see where the adjusters are on me, because I have a circumference of 21 1/4 with a full grip on. Today I have a topper grip, which doesn't have anything but a cord in the back. So I'm 21 inches with that on, or with no grip on. And my ear to ear is 11.5, and my over the top is 11.5. So most people think Estetica wigs would be too large for me. Well, I usually have a little bit in the crown, but I own a lot of Estetica wigs, and I've only altered 2 of them. I like having a little bit of space up there and in the wefting. But let me take this off and show you why I think some of them fit a petite head also. Let me turn it inside out. You can see it has a monofilament top all over the whole thing and a lace front that goes from this ear tab over to this one. This feels so incredibly soft. It's a huge difference. This section of a monofilament top, when it's a monofilament like this, that doesn't stretch. So when you put it on your head, that part's not going to stretch. This, the open wefting, is going to stretch like crazy. And watch me stretch the circumference. So Estetica designs state that their circumference has 360-degree stretch. I think for the most part, they are supposed to fit a circumference of 23 inches. However, that's also going to depend on your over the top and your ear to ear. If those are like in the 13 range or something, I don't know. Because I was going to show you the outer edges of this. Excuse me. Here it goes. You see where the lace goes into the ear tab. We have a fabric covered ear tab here with a great stay in it. I come around here. We have the hook adjusters. Sorry, sometimes wigs make me cough a little bit. And I have it adjusted in where it's about 2 inches apart, the adjusters are. So it could go out, wow. It would be like these 2 fingers on each side that it could still go out. So do I think that it would fit that 23? I'm going to put it on for you and stretch it and you decide. But I'm thinking yes, but it still fits me incredibly well and very comfortably. I don't feel like it's too big on me and I don't feel like it's too small. All right, so let's just go around here, and it has an open nape, and there's those clip adjusters, hook adjusters, I guess they call them. And I actually, when I get them in place in Estetica wigs, until they're all transitioned to Velcro, I actually stitch them down when they're in the place I want, just with a couple of needle and thread and a little bit of just a couple of stitches. I even stitch over the metal because I did have one drop out below jet one time when I was at the grocery store and realized it was hanging out when I got home. So now I stitch them down. So I'm going to put her back on for you. I want to show you and talk to you about the fit some more. I feel like this fits me incredibly comfortably. The lace, like I said, can't even tell I have it. It's like I don't have any lace. As far as the fit here, it's perfect. Could I take it in more? Yeah, I could pull it in even more, but I don't like them skin tight to my head. I don't wear a lot of petite wigs because sometimes I feel like they're really, really super, they fit me perfect. So I'm just very used to wearing, I think, average wigs over the years. And so I like a little bit of room, but I can't grab more than 2 wefts. If you're pinching like this, you got like 2 wefts this way, which would really be 4 wefts altogether. So let's see how far this stretches out with the adjusters in the place I have them. Can you see that? Now, think if you move the adjusters out all the way, it certainly would fit 23 inches. I'm going to pull it up here and see about the stretch up this way. I got a lot of stretch back behind here. See that? I can stretch that way up. So your over the top should be good if you're 12 and a half, I think even 13. Side to side, I can stretch. I've got these fingers out and I'm pushing it out from my head here because I can't stretch the top. That would be like the ear to ear. No, that would be like your, sorry, that would be more your circumference. The ear to ear. Let me see, I have to stretch this way. Let me see how far I can bring that. Okay, now this is sitting almost covering my ear. The ear tab is right there. So my ear, it's that far over top of my ear on each side. So that's over an inch more this way. That would be like 2 inches this way. So that would be like my 11 and a half, 12 and a half, 13 and a half. Because it should be over your ear with a pinky's width at least around where your ear hooks onto your head. Even petite wigs do not do that on me. They sit down on top of my ears and I have to scooch them up with my thumb in order to be able to stand them on all day long and have room for my glasses. So let's just take a look at I have a large topper grip on today, which only has a cord in the back. I probably should have showed that to you when I had the wig off. This is, you can part this anywhere. There's your mono part. Could you part it in the center? I suppose. It would take some work to get it to go that way, just because the knots aren't sewn that way. But you can always redirect your knots. Sometimes just with your warm fingers or a warm washcloth and pushing on it. Okay, let's go over here. Could we do a right hand part? Of course. We still got, without glasses, it's a little hard for me to see in my phone camera. There we go. So that goes all the way over to here. Permatease. A little bit where you might expect it to be, around the monofilament. And that is to support the style. You don't have any permatease up here. It's completely flat. If I hadn't been messing my hands in it when I got it, hang on, I'll show you what it looked like. Out of the box, this is pretty much what it looked like. So you can see it's, in my estimation, a very low density wig. I do not know how much it weighs because I don't have that information. I do know that it has a 4.75 inch bang. They measure that bang from here and they pull the hair out straight to here. Okay. The side, which would be on the ear tab, from the top of the ear tab down, is 1.75 inches. And the crown is 4.5. I don't know. I'm gonna measure that just for the heck of it. And they measure. The designer Grace told me they measure. They pull the hair up and on the crown, which is probably more like about right in here. They go down to the root and then you pull the hair up on it. And I have what did he say it was? 4.50. It's exactly what I have is 4.50. The hair is very silky. The denier, I don't think it's super fine, but it's not coarse. It's not dry. It just feels like really nice, healthy hair to me. Okay. So right out of the box, this is what you have. So if you're a pixie person, I think she's perfect. Okay, the nape, well, I forgot to tell you the length of the nape, 1.75. Let me do a spin for you, kind of give you the idea what the side looks like. Push those. There, you can see do you see these sticking out? My glasses. This is why Watch. This is why I put them on, and I scooch up this wig all around the ears with my thumbs so that my glasses aren't bouncing up and down because they're sticking through the wig. So I have a little more room. That's all because that's not sticking through the wig. That's coming out behind my ears. That's all because of the fact that I have a really small, child-sized, over the top. Ear to ear and over the top are 11.5. So anyway, let me see. We can probably also take her off the face. Now you have to remember I don't have any product in her. So she's not going to want to stay this way very long, but she's doing pretty good without any kind of product. I could bring a couple pieces down like this just to give you some idea. You could pull this one in front. You can put it behind your ear even more. Don't like asymmetrical pixies, but still like a really short pixie with a longer top. For older women, the best style of a pixie is supposed to be where it's cut close to the head at the ears and short, and it has a longer top. Instead of what the traditional pixie was, is everything was about 1.5 inches all over. So as we age, this hair coming forward or some movement in the hair can sometimes soften some of our features. So I love her. I think she's great. It has to be incredibly light. I'm going to say that it is no more than 2.5 ounces. If it's that, I have one Ellen Villa that is 2 ounces, and it doesn't feel like I really have anything on my head. This doesn't either, and especially nothing on my head with this lace, Swiss lace. Could I still wear it off my head because I might see dark knots in certain dark colors? You know, that's a personal decision. Because for me, if people are that close to me that they're looking at knots up here and they can see them, they're in my personal space. I want them to back off. I just have a few flyaways here. Oh, you always have that when you get it out of the box. So no product, you'll have some of that. So now I'm going to put on the other color for you so you can get a gander at that. This is the grip I have on. I really probably should order a medium one because the clips are kind of down to here. Then it just has a monofilament cord back here. It feels like you have nothing on your head. The problem is if you have a flat or occipital bone, it will walk up on you in the back. I have a very pronounced one, so it doesn't. So now I have it in chrome, a cool color, RT1B. Usually my chosen color. So when Estetica sends me a wig, they kind of like to send me something that's not my normal traditional color. And that's okay. I just appreciate them doing it. So here she is in a cool color. Now I've got kind of a semi-cool, warm sweater on because this is called a dark pink, but it has kind of an orange cast to it. So I think it could kind of go with either warm or cool hair if you match your clothes to your hair, and some people do that with wigs. So let me show you the lace front on this, and any little piece you're seeing sticking out there is my widow's peak. Okay. And just with my hand, you can see she's already off my face. All right, let me go back here like this. Look at how easy was that? How easy. And I can't feel any lace. I love it because I have a very sensitive scalp and head, and I get itchy really easy from caps, from dry fibers, from bits of permatease sticking through caps, and especially from lace. So this is amazing for me. And yes, it is as they wrote. If you go on their lookbook on Estetica, designs.com, and you can see all of their wigs that are currently out, and they will explain the different collections, and it also explains what's different about this kind of lace, and that it's a game changer. And I believe it is, because it feels amazing. I love it. Now, I could do a lot of styling with her. I'm not going to do that because this is just a color. Now, this is a cool color. It has a black root. It's chrome RT1B. The 1B is a black root, which is kind of more of a fashion color. Now, this is most likely, I should have looked this up, but I didn't. It's probably also comes in 51LF60 if you're a gray person. All right, now that's going to be a little darker in the back, and it's going to be, the 51 is going to be the gray tones, and the 60 is going to be like these silver white tones that are in it, but it won't have the black root. So anytime you find Estetica and they're expanding their color of 51/60, excuse me, sorry, into more of some of the wigs that they've already had out there for a while. So watch for that to come out too. And these are not heat friendly, by the way. Just remember, the total collection of the Swiss Lace collection is just regular synthetic, which I actually love regular synthetic. I'm kind of just kind of want to wash it, wear it, and go kind of person. So this would be a great summer wig. You wouldn't regret it if you're a pixie person and you're looking for, let me do a spin just for this one. And see what I did with there? I just tucked that longer piece behind my ear. You don't have to cut it off. I mean, I kind of have blackish gray sideburns that I do shave because otherwise I'd look like Elvis's sister. Anyway, here we go. Let me pull this side down so you can see it down. I'm not sure it's as long as the other one was. Hold on, let me get my glasses off to see. Might not have all the hair pulled out. Yeah, I'm not sure it's as long as the Caramel Kiss root one is. Here's that nice nape with the stays in it, hugging the neck so that when you bend down, it will not pop up. Now, what I've started doing on my channel, and I'll just be uploading them this week, is I had a review of Lumi, which is part of this collection also, and I had it in one color, this chrome color, and I've got to upload yet. I've done a separate video on how many looks can I get out of her. I'm going to be doing that on a lot of wigs, so I'm going to do that with these also, at least one of them. Okay, how many different ways can I style it? Just with my 10 free tools, a little bit of John Renault Peace Out Cream, and possibly some Get Dressed Spray Texturizer Shine Dimmer from Envy. And no cutting. And I'm going to be going forward with more tutorials on that. So if you want to see how do we take this longer section up here and make it into something different when it's not heat friendly, then you need to come back and visit me as soon as I upload some of my tutorials for people who sometimes like to wear their hair a little different than out of the box. Nothing wrong with out of the box, but maybe you just want to know. So come back and visit me, will you? Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. I want to thank once again Estetica Designs and Frannies Hair, and thank you for coming and being with me. And you take care and be blessed.
These are photos of Ember taken in natural daylight in the sliding glass door, and it's smoothed down in a lovely classic style as it was created to be. The first one is the Chrome RT1B. The second is the C Kiss Root 4. She's lovely and stylish.